Greetings of the day, dear children. I welcome you all to your English class. In today's English class, we'll start chapter 9, Perfect Tenses. That is from your English Grammar Book 5, page number 48 to 57. In today's class, we'll have a warm-up session about tenses. So to begin with, what are tenses? Tense is a form of verb that shows when something happens. It tells us the time of action, when something happened or when is it going to happen. Let's read these sentences and try to understand it better. And pay attention to the words that are highlighted in blue. The gardener waters the plants. The gardener watered the plants. The gardener will water the plant. The same action is taking place, right? But the time of action is different. And how do we know the time of action? By the usage of these verbs. In the first sentence, the action is happening now, in the moment, in present. The gardener waters the plant. He is actually doing it. In the second sentence, the action happened some time ago, maybe yesterday or day before yesterday. The gardener watered the plants. The plants have been already watered, right? In the third sentence, the action will take place in some time from now. It can be tomorrow, it can be after 5 minutes, It will happen in the future. The gardener will water the plants. So these words that are highlighted in blue are the verbs that show us the time of action, right? So these verbs are called actually tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. Now let's understand them one by one. Let's start with a simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to express habits, regular events, current situations, general truths or facts, like the regular or habitual actions that you do. Ronika bites her nails. She does this all the time. So this is something that is happening. So this is happening in the present moment. I go for a walk every day. I do this every day. So I'll write it in present. I go for a walk every day. Then the universal truth, something that will never change. The earth revolves around the sun. This is a truth. The sun rises in the east. Again, this is something which is a universal truth. So we write it always in the simple present tense. The statements that are always true: horses neigh, ducks quack. So they make these sounds. So this is something which is always true. So it remains the same. Events, actions, and situations without any time, where the time of reference is not mentioned. My uncle lives in Chennai. He's living there. So it will be in present. Gia reads books. She reads them every time. So it will be in present. Future events. Father leaves for Kolkata next Monday. The annual exam begins on 7th December. We write all these like future events in present tense. Now the formula for writing a sentence in a present form is: we write the subject, then we write the verb form. Verb form is the base form of the verb, and then we add s or es, and sometimes we also add ies. So this is what you have to remember. For example, I play music nearly every day. This is simple present because I do it every day. Or I run every day, right? So this is simple present tense. Moving on to simple past tense, something that has already happened. The actions or events completed in the past that have happened. I wrote a letter to my friend last night. I have already written the letter. I wrote a letter last night. So this is an action from past. So we will use the verb wrote here. Mr. Rajiv paid the bill yesterday. Mr. Rajiv has already paid the bill. Action from the past, right? Something that has already been completed, that has been done. Past habits. John played basketball when he was young. This is something that John has been doing. John did when he was young. So John played basketball. When he played basketball? When he was young. Grandfather went to the temple regularly. something grandfather has been doing in the past. So it will be in simple past. Events that happened a long time ago. For example, India achieved independence in 1947. We write this also in simple past tense. This has happened in year 1947, that is long back. So we'll use ed, achieved. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876, even, a long time ago. So we will use past form. Actions that were completed recently, now something that has been done maybe just a moment's back. Tia left a minute back. Left. So verb form will change here. Meera just called. This has just happened, just a few moments ago. So this is where we use the past simple. And the formula is we use the subject plus V2, second form of the verb, or sometimes the irregular verb, right? Like I ran yesterday. Instead of run, we will use ran. That is the irregular verb for run. We will not add any other suffix to it. We will instead use ran, right? Now moving on to the simple future tense. Simple future is very simple. It expresses the action that is going to happen. So we use either will or shall for this. See, express actions that will happen in future. For example, you will receive the book by post. You will. Will plus the verb form. Which verb form? V1. Simple. Base verb. We shall fly to London next week. We will use will or shall, right? Predict events that will happen in future. Now we will predict the events also. For that also we will use future tense. Risha will top the class. I think so, right? So I will write will and simple V1. It will rain tonight. So we'll just use a will and we are sorted. The formula is subject plus will or shall plus V1, right? So these are the basic things that we need to remember while using the simple present, past and future. I'll again give you an example of a sentence. For example, in present form we write I run every day. In the past tense I'll write I ran yesterday. In future tense I'll write I will run tomorrow, right? So this is how the tense changes, right? So I hope you understood it well. We'll inshallah in the class I'll give you more examples. We'll understand it more with a little more practice. We will get it correct. Go through the video a couple of times and remember the formula which I told you. For present we use subject plus V1 plus the verb with S or ES. For past simple we use subject plus verb plus V2 or irregular verb. Or for future simple we use subject plus will or shall plus V1. I hope it's clear. Thank you. Have a good day.